28 minutes until 7 o'clock. Good morning to you, Grenada Carrier Crew, PD Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. It's Wednesday. It is the 29th day of July. Golden light upon the hills. Every fear I carried yesterday. And it's indeed a good day to have a good day in a good way. Good morning. Hands are lifted to the heavens. How are you doing today? How is everybody doing this morning? Every road is nice. You having a great morning thus far? I do hope you are. And let me get into the live, man. It's a good day to have a good day in a good way. Those of you who are just getting up out of bed, well, I don't know why so early in the morning you will be sleeping. Should be up and about already. Yeah, you should be. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all the wonderful folks who are locked in at this time. Yeah. Grandmothers in joyful dancing raise their voices everywhere. Fields are dressed in living colors. Someone said to me that black coffee is really good for the cold, and it's actually working, man. Nonetheless, praise the Lord. Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His love endures forever. That's from Psalm 106, verse 1. Dear Father in heaven, whose might is over all the earth, we thank you for all the love you show us. We also thank you for everything that seems hard, but which you change into help and strength. We want to thank you in life and in death, in joy and in sorrow, for you are the great and mighty God who calls us to life again and again, who leads us to fuller life. You have given us great love in Jesus Christ, our Savior. He shall always be before our eyes and remain in our hearts. Through him we can cry out in joy, Abba, dear Father. Amen. Amen. And amen. I don't know the name of the person who has sent this, but thank you. It hit the spot this morning. Every morning we need to do that. It's important that we connect. The word of the day is up next. Good morning. Let me see who are my peeps online. Mildred, good morning. Good morning, Lauren. Lauren Salem. Gratitude is always a must, yeah? Jelly and McIntyre. Mildred Smith, Yulin Alexander, Sylvina Charles is with us. Who else is with us? Michelle Bernard, Monica Meros Williams, good morning. Veronica Sandy, Althea Edwards, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, of course, Petlin. It's part of Petlin's morning routine to be locked and parked. The word of the day today, that word is initiative. Initiative. It is spelled I-N-I-T-I-A-T-I-V-E. I-N-I-T-I-A-T-I-V-E. Initiative. And it means a new plan or action. A new plan or action. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. The Youth Initiative launched today. That new plan or course of action for youth was launched today. Yeah. Thank you, Dorian. Dorian's mom and the entire home circle, good morning. Gracelyn Buckmeyer, good morning. Joanne Brathwaite Batson. Joylyn Barry, good morning. How are you doing? Hope all is well. Yes, all is well. I'm wishing you a blessed day as always. Yep. All right, yeah, nice. Good. The motivational tip of the day is up next. And of course, you know that will be followed by Safe Grenada, giving you all the tips, security tips, safety tips for the season and always.
Welcome to GBN's Good Morning Grenada. The best way to start your day with your host Gordon Innocent Joseph. News and information. Bring your
Hazel and Miller, good morning to you. Marcus Lubrin, the St. Lucian in the house.
Good morning.
Good morning. Wendy Williams, how you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Erlin, out there in the U.S., good morning.
Good morning.
Hilarion Dudu Gunpot. And this morning I want you to walk to your goal firmly and with bold steps. No lukewarm thing. Walk to your goal firmly and with bold steps. With purpose. Notwithstanding the fact that there will be distractors and distractions, but walk to your goal firmly and make bold steps while doing that. Yeah. Good morning to all the wonderful folks out there. Good morning, Doggy. How are you doing, man?
Good morning, Grenada.
I'm seeing something here. Let me see what it says. Good morning. The television station is sounding very distorted. It's rumbling on your hardly hearing anything. Okay. We'll have the technical team deal with that, all right? Thanks. It would also be of assistance if you can state your location so we know exactly where to tackle, all right? Thank you very much. Vida and the folks inside of Pomerose. Good morning, Doggy. Yeah. Nice. Munich and Mama Can. Good morning, Dunfermline Pearls. Paradise. Chocolate City. Simoon. Pearls. Yeah. Cheryl and the family down there. Auntie Alma, good morning, you and Helen and the entire home circle. Stay with us, folks. Safe Grenada is up next. Alright, parents and guardians, while we await Safe Grenada, I want to encourage you, I want to implore you to ensure that you know the whereabouts of your children at all times. If you've got to leave them, ensure that you leave them in the care of an adult, not another child, not a teenager. You understand what I'm saying? Siblings? Alright, there we go.
I am Odison Fraser, Police Constable number 201, and we are here to enlighten you on road safety as we approach the carnival season. Safety for every road user. When using the pedestrian, make sure eye contacts are made with every driver and the lights has changed to green for you to cross. Be extra vigilant and make sure you get to go ahead before you start crossing.
As we approach the carnival season, let us all remember to obey our speed limit signs. Remember 20 miles for all class of vehicles within the town of St. George's, 35 for public and commercial vehicles out of the town, and 40 for private motor vehicles. Please obey your speed limit signs.
I also want to engage pedestrians, especially at night when traveling on the nation's road. Please wear bright colors or something reflective so you can be seen by a driver.
Drivers, please be mindful that distracted driving at any time is a danger on our nation's road. Remember to leave the mobile device alone and anything that may distract you from being focused while driving. There is a saying, if you are texting or doing anything whilst driving, then who is driving? I'm here again to remind motorists that drinking while driving or being under the influence of alcohol is an offense. It is not only an offense, but it is dangerous. Remember, the alcohol limit is 70 micrograms of alcohol in 100 milliliters of Bex. If you're caught over the limit, you will be arrested. Furthermore, if you are enjoying the festive season, please remember to take a rest. Take a 5 to 10 minutes, recuperate before start driving if you have to. In addition to that, remember, just as how oil and water don't mix, so is alcohol and fatigue.
I also want to remind you of some general safety tips as we approach the carnival season. If you are driving or you're in charge of a vehicle, make sure that vehicle is well secured by locking all doors, putting up all your windows. If that vehicle have an alarm system, make sure it is activated before you leave. Park your vehicle in well-lit areas or somewhere that is secure. So I just want to admonish you to pay attention to these safety rules and regulations. Remember, safety is everybody's business, but your personal safety is your business.
You heard it, right? A word to the wise is sufficient, as they always say. So you heard it. Folks, it's now 15 minutes on to 7 o'clock. We're heading into the morning edition of news. But before we do that, I'd just like to inform you that those of you who are hearing, having problems hearing us properly on cable, that is something that we have to get in contact with Flo about. It's not necessarily from our end here. And our technical team, they're working to have the matter resolved speedily. Thank you.
That's how we roll.
Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather is straight ahead.
Grenada, are you ready for the most epic cool down after Spice Mass? Because on Wednesday, August 12th, the Grenada National Cricket Stadium becomes the home of one massive soca experience. Carnival Encore, Sunset Over White.
Are you ready?
Featuring not one, but two international soca giants, Marshall Montano and the Monk Band. Yes, the band. And they'll be joined by some of Grenada's biggest soca superstars for one unforgettable night of music, vibes, and pure island energy. This is the event that keeps the carnival spirit alive. The final celebration. The Encore. You don't want to miss. General admission and VIP early bird tickets are sold out online. General admission $150. VIP $550. Get your tickets now at GoToFed.com and the official Sunshine Promotions outlets. Carnival Encore 2026. Sunset Over White. Wednesday, August 12th at the National Cricket Stadium. When the road ends, this is the Encore.
Come experience the spirit, strength, and beauty of Carriacou. Join us for the Carriacou Regatta Festival 2026, happening July 31st to August 2nd. Feel the excitement of thrilling boat races across our crystal clear water. Enjoy vibrant onshore activity, music, food, and pure vibe. This is more than a festival. It's resilience, culture, and unforgettable memories, all in one place. So, gather your crew, bring your energy, and come sail into the celebration. Carriacou Regatta Festival 2026, anchored in tradition, sailing to tomorrow, to tomorrow, to tomorrow, to tomorrow.
This is the morning edition of news for today, Wednesday, the 29th day of July. In the headlines, the mental health minister urges safe carnival. Temporary court order halts drill yard demolition. In the region, Syrian Lebanese community cites discrimination following arrest of Blue Waters founder. Internationally, Trump and Netanyahu meet amid fraying ties. And in sports, you can see the big smile on my face. West Indies defeat Pakistan to take a 1-0 series lead. The details to these and more right after these messages.
Life doesn't stand still. It moves. It grows. It asks you to believe in what's next. Your first car. Owning your home. The business you build. The future you choose to invest in. Life moves in steps. When you're ready to take the next one, we're here to help you move forward with banking solutions designed for life. From vehicle financing and mortgages to education savings, credit solutions, and support for your growing business. Republic Bank, ready for life, every step.
Parents, do you go to bed with the knowledge that your children are comfortably asleep in the next room? Or are they allowed to attend every fete advertised? You are responsible for the safety and well-being of your children, and it is your responsibility to know their whereabouts. Children should not be at adult events. Please guide your children, engage them in age-appropriate activities. Let us be spicy parents for this carnival season and beyond. S. Speak to your children about positive behavior. P. Pay attention to them at all times. I. Inspire good behavior in your children by also displaying good behavior. C. Check with your children. Always know their whereabouts. Y. You are responsible for your children. Maintain control to keep them safe. This is a message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
GBN presents Spice Up the Esplanade Mall Courtyard Soca Mona. 3 exciting Wednesdays of electrifying soca action. It kicks off with the quarterfinal Wednesday, July the 22nd from 3 to 7:30 p.m. The semifinals Wednesday, July the 29th from 3 to 7:30 p.m. The grand finals on Wednesday, August the 5th from 4 to 8 p.m. where champions are born and legends rise. Powered by Flow, Huggins, Answer Coatings, Glenelg Natural Spring Water, Grenada Distillers, Tropical Catering Services, Ride Girl, Sandals Grenada, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, National Lotteries Authority, Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph as I welcome Graphics and his team from Hot 98 FM. In the local news, a minister with responsibility for mental health, Delma Thomas, is appealing to parents and young people to make safety a priority during the carnival season. Speaking at Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives, Thomas said recent incidents of violence at carnival events have left one young man fighting for his life while others are hospitalized or in prison.
I want to speak to our young people. I want to beg them, please, 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 do not allow one moment of anger, one poor decision, or one act of violence to define the rest of their life. Walk away from conflict. I urge them to leave every weapon behind. One poor decision can cost a life, a future, and your freedom.
The minister also urged parents and guardians to closely monitor their children's activities, saying they need guidance, protection, and supervision during the busy carnival season. Thomas further expressed concern over what she said is an annual increase in sexually transmitted infections following carnival, urging young people to avoid risky behavior and stay focused on their future. We have more on this.
But too many of our young people are placing themselves at risk and in some instances making decisions that can have lifelong consequences for their health, their education, and their future. I want to encourage our young people to focus on the goals, their education, their ambition, and the purpose that lies ahead of them. There is a time for everything in life. Do not allow peer pressure, social media influences, or temporary emotions to lead you into decisions that can alter your course of your future.
The minister also encouraged parents to have open conversations with their children about self-respect and personal safety, stressing that protecting Grenada's young people is a shared responsibility. The Grenada National Trust has secured a temporary High Court injunction stopping the planned demolition of the historic drill yard on Yonge Street. The trust says the drill yard is an important part of Grenada's heritage and calls on the National Insurance Scheme and the government to suspend demolition for 120 days, allow preservation engineers, archaeologists, and heritage specialists to conduct a full assessment and explore options to preserve the site. The trust has also launched a public petition saying the drill yard has the potential to be redeveloped into a cultural and tourism asset rather than being demolished. That concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us. The regional and international news is straight ahead. It's 5 minutes on to 7 o'clock as we head to the regional scene. We hear that Trinidad's Syrian Lebanese community, they've cited discrimination following the arrest of Blue Water's founder. We have more in this OCM report.
In Trinidad and Tobago, the community is expressing concern over what they say is unwarranted targeting of their businesses. The concern stems from the detentions of Dominic and Genevieve Hadid and Mrs. Hadid's aunt Star Sabga. They were held in June under preventive detention orders on suspicion of conspiring to kill the Prime Minister and members of the government. The Hadids were released last Thursday, while Ms. Sabga was released last night. Businessman Gregory Aboud says this is not crime fighting, it is discrimination.
Certainly we are all against crime, but what is happening now where we are incarcerating citizens without charging them, it's amounting to torment and persecution. I'm not saying that some of the persons who are incarcerated are not guilty at some time of their life of some crime. What I'm saying is that if a person has committed a crime, then we should prosecute them with the full force of the law. But what we have happening here now is that In the same way that we tormented Venezuela, claiming that they were involved in narcotics, now they are claiming the same thing of every Syrian Lebanese person in Trinidad and Tobago. And they're saying it in Parliament. And they're using the protection of Parliament and the protection of social media to attack a minority and claim that all of the successful people of the Syrian Lebanese community have been involved in underworld behavior and activity.
Ms. Sabka is expected back in court, where she's expected to challenge the state's case against her. The Hadids have not been charged, but via a statement, the Minister of Homeland Security said the couple remains under investigation.
And now, looking further afield, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is likely to get a cooler welcome at the White House than on previous trips to Washington. Continued deadly strikes on a devastated Gaza despite a ceasefire, the occupation of southern Lebanon, and mounting settler violence in the West Bank have all helped to sour opinion on Israel, both among the American public and among U.S. political leaders. We have more in this France 24 report.
Countless visits to Washington to see his friend and ally. Under Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu has always been a favorite at the White House. But that could be changing. The first clue, increasingly pointed critiques from the U.S. president, who for several weeks has sought to distance himself from Netanyahu, both behind the scenes and in public. In late May, Trump reportedly berated the Israeli prime minister as crazy in an expletive-laden phone call as Israel's escalating operations in Lebanon threatened to derail U.S. peace talks with Iran.
I was so pissed off. I let him know. He has no judgment. I let him know that.
Meanwhile, the support that Israel has so long enjoyed in the U.S. Congress is rapidly crumbling as the IDF's near-total destruction of Gaza in response to Hamas's October 7, 2023 attacks has raised credible charges of genocide from multiple international legal bodies and prominent NGOs. In mid-July, more than 100 Democratic lawmakers voted to cut military aid to Israel, breaking decades of bipartisan consensus on support for the Hebrew state. Once sacrosanct in Washington, U.S. taxpayer-funded handouts to Israel's military are no longer unquestionable. Among the American public, Israel's image and credibility have never been lower. A recent poll by the Pew Research Center found 60% of U.S. adults, particularly young adults, have a negative view of Israel, 7% more than just 1 year ago. Yet more evidence of the growing rejection of Israel in its number one ally worldwide.
And that concludes the regional and international segment of news. Stay with us. The sports is straight ahead. Well, good morning, sporting fans. As you saw me smiling in the headlines, the West Indies, yes, they've claimed a commanding 90-run victory over Pakistan in the opening test at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, taking a 1-0 lead in the two-match series. Fast bowler Jaden Seale started with figures of 5 for 20, claiming his fourth test 5-wicket haul as Pakistan were bowled out for 120 while chasing 211. Player of the match Justin Greaves also played a key role, following up his first innings 5-4 with a 2 for 12 to finish with match figures of 7 for 39. Earlier, the West Indies added 55 valuable runs to their overnight total before being dismissed for 181, with Shamar Joseph top scoring with 38. Pakistan's Mohammad Abbas returned career best figures of 5 for 22. The victory also marked the first test win at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy and gave the West Indies an early advantage heading into the second and the final test. That's all the sports we've got at this time. We'll have more sports during a luncheon and primetime newscasts. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
For 40 years, Answer Coatings Grenada has been part of your story. More than paint, it's pride and care in every drop. As the proud manufacturers of Sissons and Berger paint, we've protected your homes and communities for generations. Answer Coatings Grenada Limited, 40 years strong, 40 years trusted. A legacy in every drop.
Weather forecast. We now join forecaster Andre Charles at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Andre, good morning.
Good morning to you and to listeners of the General Public. And here's weather for today, Wednesday, 29 July 2026. Currently it's partly cloudy. Winds are from the east at 14 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 14.5 millibars. That's above normal and rising. Present temperature 28.1 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 86%. Yesterday's maximum temperature 31.2 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum 26.7 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 1.5 millimeter of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month to 133.9 millimeters. Now take a look at the forecast, both for today and tonight. Today we expect some partly cloudy conditions at first, with some isolated morning showers becoming fair as the day progresses, with brief afternoon showers. Maximum temperature 32 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough, waves up to 8 feet in northeasterly to easterly swells. Hence a small craft advisory is in effect. Tides would be low at 11:30 a.m. and high at 5 p.m. Sunsets today at 6:33, rises more at 5:53. Just a repeat of the forecast, both for today and tonight. Partly cloudy at first with isolated morning showers, becoming fair as the day progresses with brief afternoon showers. And a small craft advisory is in effect. I'm Andre Charles, reporting from Met Office. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andre. Have yourself a great day now. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Introducing Tropical Catering Services.
The flavor of Grenada for all of life's moments.
From intimate gatherings to grand celebrations, we craft experiences you'll remember. Farm-to-table freshness, bold island flavors,
flawless presentation.
Full-service catering for every event.
Weddings, parties, corporate functions, and more.
Based in Grand Mall, St. George's, Grenada,
we bring island vibes to your venue.
Relish the moment. We handle the rest.
Tropical Catering Services.
Catering for all of life's events.
It's now 5 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. In the local news, a mental health minister urges safe carnival. Temporary court order halts drill yard demolition. In the region, Syrian-Lebanese community cites discrimination following arrest of Blue Waters founder, and that's in Trinidad and Tobago. Internationally, Trump and Netanyahu meet amid fraying ties. And in sports, West Indies defeat Pakistan to take a 1-0 series lead. Now that has been the morning edition of news for today, Wednesday, the 29th of July. On behalf of the entire news department and everyone who made the newscast possible, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a safe and productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the best network, because we're with you anywhere and everywhere. To graphics and the team from Hot 98, thank you very much for sharing your time with us. Have a great day now, everybody. Bye-bye.
This Emancipation Weekend, freedom takes the sea. The Media Workers Association of Grenada invites you aboard Unscripted, the Freedom Edition, Friday, July 31st. Step into an unforgettable night of music, vibes, culture, and connection aboard the ultimate summer cruise experience. Meet your favorite media personalities, party under the stars, and celebrate freedom the unscripted way aboard the Ecstasy. Boarding is at 7 p.m., sailing at 8 p.m. Dress code freedom chic, bold, stylish, unapologetically you. Tickets are limited and going fast. Get your tickets online at GoToFet and at recognized ticket outlets. Unscripted, the Freedom Edition, because the best stories are the ones you never planned.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
Mommy! That's not marijuana I had, eh?
It's not the real thing. I used it today in a session in the community center on the decriminalization of cannabis.
Decriminalization? So that means everybody could do what they want. Children smoking here, people just planting and selling weed as though it's green fig.
Oh, Mom, that's not the case. You cannot be smoking marijuana in public. The legislation states that as a homeowner, you could grow up to 4 plants, but you must register with the proper authorities. And for people in the Rastafarian community, they are allowed to cultivate and use cannabis for their sacramental practices.
So that means children no could just...
Of course not, Mom. The legislation states that you must be 21 years and over, and anybody found supplying cannabis to underage young people will be prosecuted. And if children are found using cannabis, they'll be sent to mandatory education, counseling, or approved rehabilitation if it's necessary.
My concern is that people would feel that they could just hollow the weed and smoke. I mean, anytime, anywhere, and anyhow they want.
Mom, that's not the case. You cannot be smoking marijuana in a public space. You can't smoke it in a school area. You cannot smoke it at the entrance, exit, or window of a business place. And if you're operating a motor vehicle and found using cannabis, you will be prosecuted.
Okay. Now I understand.
There we go.
A message from the Cannabis Secretariat, guiding responsible cannabis use and awareness in Grenada.
August 1st is coming, and Grenville is about to transform with activities in observance of Emancipation Day 2026.
Under the theme, proudly claiming our land, our culture, our identity.
Start your day with flavor from 6 a.m. with breakfast at the Grenville Car Park. Then at 2 p.m., the energy moves to the bus terminal for a massive community exhibition.
Come see, come buy, come support. As the sun sets, the real magic begins at 5:30 p.m. with the Flambeau March from Subi Fisher facility onward to the Grenville bus terminal.
Then at 8 p.m. is the formal ceremony with brief speeches followed by cultural activities from 8:30 p.m. featuring drumming like you've never heard before.
Dance that moves the soul. A live band that keeps the vibe alive. And special performances by local artists and groups you won't forget.
From breakfast to midnight, it's all happening at the Grenville Bus Terminal. Saturday, August 1st. Don't be late. Emancipation Day 2026. Proudly claiming our land, our culture, our identity.
This event is hosted by the National Celebrations Committee in collaboration with SEDU.
At Grenlick,
We believe in the peace of mind that comes from preparation. Preparation is your first defense against natural disasters. First, create an emergency plan and ensure everyone knows it. Second, stock up on solar and battery-powered lights, chargers, and secure essentials. Install a transfer switch on your generator to prevent power from flowing onto Grennex lines. Third, wear safe. Trim trees that may fall and damage power lines. Preparation saves lives and property. Be ready. Grenmec, energizing our Grenada.
It's 12 minutes after 7 o'clock, and at this time we are happy to join Sergeant Troy Paul for this morning's traffic report. Sarge, good morning.
Pleasant morning to you and also to our lovely listeners this morning. It is a bright Tuesday, and we just want to let persons know what is happening traffic-wise in the tri-island states of Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. As of this morning, most of our towns and all its adjoining roads, we do have a light to moderate flow of traffic in most of the areas at this particular time. So it definitely means that persons traveling along our roads can do so freely, because we definitely have that ease in our traffic this morning. So please, if you're traveling along our nation's road, it definitely means that we do not have any unnecessary obstruction or any reported accident at this particular time. So as we focus on the town of St. George and head on to the other areas, it definitely means that persons coming from either part of the island, especially the Caribbean island, persons do traffic is flowing freely in that direction, as I've stated, with light to moderate flow traffic coming from that side, and most of the traffic there will be heading onto the Woodlands, Grandlands Valley side or onto the Springs side. This traffic is flowing freely onto the town or onto Grandland. From the western side, we do have light flowing traffic coming through either the town or it's heading onto the River Road or Cemetery Hill direction to exit onto whatever destination. Traffic from the Grenada direction, which exits onto passes through the Tempe Grand Mall area. Tempe Monge area definitely have a light to moderate flowing traffic there as well. Montparnasse, Tempe, light, and traffic as we focus on that area there now. Traffic coming from the St. Paul's, we do have moderate flowing traffic. All the other areas are light flowing traffic at this particular time. So we definitely know that the traffic will increase as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour, but nothing to be alarmed about. It definitely means that persons must be mindful of the time that they about to leave home in order to get to work. Remember, despite there is light flowing traffic, that doesn't mean that it requires a certain time to get to your destination. As we dive right into the accident state for the past 24 hours, and we do have a total of 5 minor accidents reported. 5 minor compared to yesterday where we had a total of 12. That's a significant decrease, but we're looking forward that it will remain like that. But we know as we're in the season, it will definitely fluctuate, but we expect persons to practice safe driving. But the stats are traffic headquarters at a total of 3 minor, Grand Roy and St. Paul's respectively 1 each. So it definitely means that we have to continue to let persons know what is required of them as of their driving. So if you are leaving home at this particular moment, we urge that you wear your seatbelt while you're in motion. That is one of the requirements in law. The driver and the front seat passenger is required, or a person sitting in the front seat is required to wear their seatbelt. It is an offense against Section 74A2 and the Road Traffic Act. And persons, if you are not wearing your seatbelt, you can be charged, ticketed with a ticket for $100, or if that matters, goes before the court, you can be charged up to $1,000, or you can be both fined or confined 1,000 or 6 months in prison. Please be mindful. But more so, seatbelt is for your safety. And as I've always said, people, I had my experience as it relates to the seatbelt, and I can tell you that seatbelts do save lives. And it is important that we wear a seatbelt while a vehicle is in motion. Because remember, if a vehicle is moving and it comes to a sudden stop, you can become a projectile. And with the seatbelt, it holds you in place. The most you may get is a chest bone and so from the seatbelt, but it will definitely keep you stable. Because we've seen in cases where persons leave the back seat and end up in front. And that is how important it is during collision, and not just collision, but be mindful that it is also an offense. Imagine that we have to build laws to protect you, the people who does not want to protect yourself. So it is important as we focus on seatbelts today. Let us look at the consequences. Let us look at the effects of it. And remember, seatbelts do save lives. So we dive right back into the persons who have not left home as yet and have to get to work for 8 o'clock. Be mindful that if you have not left home as yet, you will definitely be late this morning. So in order to avoid that, we urge persons to leave home at least 15 minutes earlier in the eventuality that there is unnecessary traffic in certain areas. We do not know. Remember, the road is a place of unexpected circumstances. So please, but despite we do not have any accident or we do not have any unnecessary obstruction, we urge that you do what is required. Remember, if you do, and if you know that the area have any alternative routes that can get to you, please use them to avoid these obstructions. And as we wrap things up this morning, anything from you?
Well, what I do know is that Mr. Sylvan McIntyre, who spearheads the AMSA Road Safety Project, Mr. McIntyre, former senior police officer, he is going to furnish us with a lot of the road safety tips and so forth, especially to rental companies and so forth. He's promised to do that. Good morning, Mr. McIntyre. Outstanding individual as always, a very noble gentleman. So we look forward to that. I just want to, keep reiterating it, that it is important to remind people who are coming to rent your vehicles, rental companies, ensure that you have relevant information, guidelines, reminders that they ought to be driving safely. And in Grenada, the right side of the road is the left. You understand? It's important that we remind them of that always. And again, implore our locals here who driving. Yes, it's easy to get angry when, but please be courteous. Be mindful that some of the people who are returning, even if they're nationals, they might not be so au fait with, the road signs and the directions and so forth. So even pedestrians, be prepared that people will be asking you questions and so forth. Be courteous. Be on your best behavior. Not just for Carnival, but always.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, Mr. McIntyre, we spoke and we definitely be working together to bring those tips together and to let persons know what to expect, especially the foreigners and so forth. But I'm glad that you've mentioned it, and we look forward to letting persons know what to expect.
All right, Sarge, we're out of time. Thank you very much. And if you're texting, drinking, or doing anything else that is going to be distracting you from maneuvering that vehicle, the question is?
The important question is, who is driving?
Who is driving? Thank you, Sarge. Have a great day to you and your team, and by extension, the rank and file of the RGPF. Folks, that's it for the traffic report. We take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I've got my good friend, Mr. Christopher Diali. He will be talking on the MoneyWise program, mid-year budgeting, mid-year financial wellness. Stick and stay with us.
Introducing Tropical Catering Services.
The flavor of Grenada for all of life's moments.
From intimate gatherings to grand celebrations, we craft experiences you'll remember. Farm-to-table freshness, bold island flavors,
flawless presentation,
full-service catering for every event.
Weddings, parties, corporate functions, and more.
Based in Grand Mall, St. George's, Grenada,
we bring island vibes to your venue.
Relish the moment. We handle the rest.
Tropical Catering Services.
Catering for all of life's events.
Have you been thinking of purchasing a water tank? Now is the time. Our tanks are built tough, UV resistant, food grade safe, and is designed with thick, durable walls to prevent leaks and cracks. So whether it's for your home, your farm, or business, we've got the perfect size. We've made owning your tanks easy and affordable through our partnership with Ariza Credit Union. Visit On The Spot Hardware, choose your high quality water storage tanks, and contact Ariza Credit Union.
Grenada, the biggest show in Carnival, is back again. This is Free-Day. Wednesday, August 5th, the Grenada National Stadium will shake. Remember, you must wear black on stage. Nadia Betts and her band. Full blown. Freetown Collection. Michael Tasia. Problem Child. Town Free. Money. Little Carrie. Terror of the Government. What's Way. Dread Lion. Lava Man. Jab King. Boise. Dash. Sakina and the Bat. General PVC. And a special surprise guest. Gates open at 10 p.m. This is Free-Day, the biggest show in Grenada's Carnival.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
This summer, your plans don't have to wait. Take that dream vacation. Experience Carnival like never before. Invest in your education. Renovate your home. Or finally tackle those big plans you've been putting off. With the Ariza Credit Union Awesome August Loan, you can borrow up to $75,000 for any purpose. Dream bigger, travel farther, learn more, improve your home. Whatever your goal, we're ready to help you get there. Visit any Ariza Credit Union branch. Apply today and turn your plans into reality with fast, convenient financing and the trusted service you have come to expect. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future. Loans are subject to approval. Terms and conditions apply. See us for complete details.
Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union. Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union. Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the first leg of the conversation this morning. As I hinted to you, I've got with me in the studio my good friend, Mr. Christopher Diali, and that's the senior, right? The junior one is not here this morning. How are you doing, bro?
Good morning, Innocent, and good morning to all your listeners.
All right, it's a pleasure to have you at this juncture. It's mid-year, and earlier in the year we were talking about financial wellness and so forth, and we laid out some guidelines, and now we're coming to check to ensure that the financial health is as we people have dieted, taken the diet that you proposed, and we're looking to see how they're doing. And so this morning we want to talk basically about the mid-year financial checkup. All right, and to roll that out, we're looking at assessing financial health. Okay, now at this midpoint of the year, how do we review income, expenses, savings, debt, and overall financial guidelines and so forth, and your goals?
Well, if you when we started this, when we spoke about doing a budget and understanding your finances, we try to make it as simple as possible. In other words, you have an income, whether it's through a salary or work, or whether you have a small business, whatever you're doing, but there's revenues, income that you get every month. And of course, expenses. You have living expenses, you have your utilities, if you have a vehicle, you have your gas, you have this, your food bill. If you have children, you have bills associated with your children, and so on. So we said in the early part, do a quick analysis of your monthly expenses and revenue, so if in any month you're below or you're under. In other words, whether you're spending more than you're making or you're getting in terms of salary and so on. And from then you could assess which areas in your expenses you need to cut. Remember, we said discretionary expenditure like entertainment,
especially now.
Yes. Yeah. And so on. You need to do a quick assessment of that and do it on a little exercise book, and you put revenue one side, you put expenses, and then you do an addition and see what your monthly thing is like, and then make adjustments. And of course, we did say, you must find a way to do some savings as well. For every dollar you make, you must be able to save 5 cents or 10 cents. If not, you need to adjust how you think. And we suggested, for the men, if they're going in the bar twice a month, you could drop it down to once. And our ladies who have to do, their various beautification issues, they could look at adjusting, because those are not necessities. Those will probably be wants. So that was where we were. So at this juncture, in July, moving quickly into the second half of the year is where we get a lot of challenges with the expenses. We have children to go back to school. If they go in, they just pass CPA and they go into the secondary school. The challenges for uniforms, books, and so on and so on. So you have that. And of course, we have all the festive activities happening this month into August that, the amount of fetes being advertised, whether it's cruises or fetes, and how you manage that for the second half of the year is going to be something that you have to think hard about. You may not be able to attend all, but you may choose one or two that you would like to go to. So I'm a Calypso man. I used to go semi-final. That's my thing. I like semi-final, and then and pan. But some people, the younger folks, of course, want to go, and then you still have your regular monthly expenses coming, your expenses with your vehicle, your expenses with your utilities, your expenses with food, and so on. So the idea is, and if you have debt, your debt payments. So the idea is, for the second half of the year, what we advise is that structure what you do. So I would say for July and August, because it's carnival period and the fetes and so on, decide how much you could go to or not go to. right? And choose the ones that you think you could get the most value from for yourself, the artists you may like. So we have a Marshall Montano thing, I think, coming up the Wednesday.
Yeah, Marshall and Kess.
Right. And I know those are popular artists in Grenada, so people might say, okay, I'll go into that one, but I will leave off some others. So that has to be the thinking. And then you look at your income again, reassess your income, because if it's one salary you have, I mean, that has its limits as to how far it could go. And then if you need, you say, boy, I might have to do a pankwa, see how we could get a little extra funds to come in to facilitate what we want to do for this festive season, July, August. And then we have Christmas coming at the end of this year.
Christmas is right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
So the intention is for the second half of the year, the planning in terms of how you spend and how your income is going to meet it is going to be a little more sensitive, and that you have to structure yourself a little more tightly in achieving what you want to achieve. So we normally advise, do the same thing, set your goals, and the goals here meaning, for example, how much feds you want to go to, how you're going to finance your children's education if you have kids, if you have a vehicle, how you're going to spend in terms of fuel is $17 a gallon. Could you drive around as much as you want to and go everything, or you will limit that? So you look at these simple things, but it helps. Everything adds up. And that is the intention that I think we want to encourage folks as we go forward. And then we have to consider our health and the risks associated with certain types of behavior, excessive drinking, lack of sleep, and how that could affect you. You could come down with a cold or flu. And after every carnival, we just have something.
Oh, yeah, serious pain.
So we need to look at that, because they getting ill and having a down for a while is a kind of unexpected thing, because sometimes we don't think about that. We enjoy ourselves and we just go into the max. So you have to think about these little things. So the idea is to throw these things out to you and set yourself, financial goals. If you have debt, you have to pay your debt. You have to, and we always encourage you to have some savings, make up. The savings thing, in a sense, is something that could have happened since from the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
You put aside a little bit. And when carnival time comes, or this festive side, you say, well, right from the savings.
I had that day. Yeah, that was for that.
Yes, and that is the planning. And it's the same thing for the rest of the year. If you want to do something for Christmas with the children, special thing with the family, you start planning it now. And every little thing, as old people say, one cocoa is full of basket.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
I mean, that is how we have to adjust the thinking for this period, and to be careful with what we do and how we do it.
Okay. All right. So now, having said that, folks might not have taken this simplistic approach that you've given. Writing down the income and the expenses on it to get that sense of balance. And now they're realizing, hey, well, I have a problem. This thing ain't working out as planned. So how can people adjust their spending and all those other things that will affect their budgeting?
Right. So, I always say, and I said before, there's a difference between need and want.
Yes.
There are certain things in terms of the need, the necessities that we don't have no choice on.
I need oxygen.
Yes.
I don't need rivers.
Correct.
I want rivers.
Yes, you want rivers. That's right.
Yes.
And that's the thing. I mean, so I always say, let's look at the expenses first, because it's easier to adjust there than on the income side. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have a lot of young people now that into gardening, and they will do certain crops and so on. So they have a little extra they could pull in. Again, is when it's ready and so forth, and what happens there. But on the expense side, as I was saying, if we guys, I know it's time when all of us liming by the bars, we liming in a fete, and you're making a wrong of drinks, you might say, boy, I can't make more than 2 wrongs.
Right.
One I can make, because drinks now, by the time I have my friends, I may spend $50, $60 on a wrong, and so other friends. So you have to say in yourself, that is what you want to do, so you could cut that and you could put that money to something else. Similarly, how much times we go and where we go and how we eat eat or drink excesses is something you need to control as well. So if you control the excesses, you control the spend. Right. Yes. And similar with our ladies, the new outfits, the carnival costumes that you may want to play in a band. Could you afford the best or not? And you choose what you want to do. And for the men too.
I hear some costumes starting at $1,100. I'm like, what?
Wow, some going up to $3,000 in a sense. So I mean, there are a lot of money outlets out there that are offering quick cash. For people who have that expenditure. Some of the financial institutions and credit unions offering you small loans to come and help with situations based on how you set your goals. But once you do that, you have to also understand you have a debt to repay.
Yeah.
And could your monthly finances handle that debt? Because these small loans and some of these quick cash thing comes with relatively high interest rates. Yeah. So you need to understand that as well. I'm not saying don't go, but you also need to plan and understand that if sometime I could have put $100 in savings, because of this new debt, I might only be able to put 25 because I have the debt now to pay and to meet, and you don't want to develop a bad credit rating with your financial institution. So all of those are things that we need to now look carefully at and see how we could restrict ourselves and have goals set in such a way that by the end of the day, you end the year in a position not worse off, but a little better off. Right. And if you can be better off, at least neutral. Yeah. You're not worse off or you're not better off. But
you raise a very critical point there with the loans and so forth that are available, quick loans and so forth. Indebtedness is a serious issue. Mm-hmm. All right, and if it is not managed properly, okay, sometimes you're so burdened with something that you need to get something done and you get yourself in debt, not thinking of how it will be repaid. All right, and sometimes some of the financial institutions, some of them I refer to as loan sharks. They don't care. They give you because when they're ready for it, they come. All right, how can someone prioritize their debt servicing and even their indebtedness?
Well, it comes back to this situation of, I have known people who serious about paying their debt because they don't want a bad reputation, and sometimes they'll cut back on what they eat and how they eat.
Right.
Do you understand? Because they know they have this commitment coming up. But even in the financial institutions have some responsibility to underwrite a debt. When they're doing a debt, you must look at the person's ability to pay.
They have what you call the DSR, the debt service ratio. Eh?
That's right, and your ability to pay. And if your debt servicing ratio comes between 50 and climbing to 60%, then you have a higher risk than normal. But if after you do a statement of affairs, which is income and expenses, the financial institution know that this person risk is going to increase generally based on what they want and how much money they want to borrow. And they will advise them, listen, you can't get $5,000, the most we can give you is $2,000, because this is how you will be able to afford. So we as people, as a person going for the debt, needs to understand there's a limit. If not, then if I had to prioritize debt, because if you take debt, I mean, it comes almost like a food bill. You know?
Yeah. But it is.
Yeah, you had to meet your responsibility to repay the debt, or else whatever you securitize the debt with, the institution, if you start failing to pay, they will use the security that they have, you know, and that is something, because I know of some institutions advertise, all you need is a job letter and so on, no security and so on to entice you, but the job letter is a security.
Yeah.
Because if you're failing to pay,
they garnish your wages.
Yeah, they will call the institution and say, listen, we have an employee here, we have a problem, so. The law gives you certain protections, and you can't touch my salary and so on. But outside of that, they will write letters and they will do things that will ensure that they could recover their money. So you have to be careful as an individual to how you do. And so when you're getting into that situation, you must know that there are limits to what you can do and not do. And
Right.
again, here is where you need to control your wants.
Right. Okay.
Because most of the times, except in cases like you get sick.
Yeah, health is, yeah.
And that is a priority regardless of how you take it, and you have to find monies to finance whatever illness and how to recover from that.
Okay. Now, in the interest of time, what are some of the ways, all right, that we can improve on our savings? I mean, we touched it before, but repetition is learning. Some of the things that we can do to ensure, because times are hard. There are some folks who are barely making the ends meet. All right. But it is so imperative that you have a little something, as my grandmother would say, put away for that rainy day. So what are some of the measures that can be taken?
So quickly I will say a susu is a good thing to be part of, because a susu doesn't penalize you in terms of how much you put aside. So if you're in a susu that requires $50 a month, you know that is your commitment, and then you go and you get your hand, you get some money that you could put as a savings if you want, or use it in a specific way. So some people would use their susu hand to play carnival and so on. Then I always say there's a little thing about getting a little paint bucket, put a little thing in the top, and your coins in your wallet, you throw that in every time you have coins. You might be surprised at the end of a month or a quarter, you might have $300-400 in that little bucket. And you don't touch in that. That's a savings that you put aside. At the end of the year, it may come up to $600-800, probably $1,000, depending on what you put in there. Right? Because just your coins. So those are little things we could look at and do. And of course, as I said before, you know, guys and ladies who do pankwai with the gardening, you may plant a set of lettuce. Lettuce kind of scarce now. We have a lot of visitors on the island. You have a better lettuce that you want to sell it or get good money for it. Take that money or take part of it and put in a savings. Lettuce growing quickly.
6 weeks.
Right. So you always have something there in your garden that you could use and sell, and so that you could take that money, because you can't eat your whole bed of lettuce. You might give friends some, and then you get a little thing for the rest. Just take that money and put it aside. And that is how I think quickly we could get to save better. And you have to discipline yourself that you're not touching it, because that you're having it there for emergencies, like a medical issue if you don't have insurance, and this is what you're going to use to help either your children or yourself in a situation to come out of it. I mean, so at the end of the day, those are the little things I would suggest quickly that you could do and you could continue doing.
The key word here, Mr. Diali, is discipline.
Yes.
And discipline makes or breaks you. Okay? And I mean, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You understand?
I like that.
Yeah, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
I must remember that.
People want to save. They know the importance of saving. They will start. But the discipline, that is where the problem comes.
Yeah, and you know, we have a lot of media out there, whether it's social media, advertisements, and what that will encourage you to spend on different things. So, I mean, throughout the year, they have a lot of fetes on the cruises and so on. You can't go to all. And if you decide you want to save and you set yourself a goal that, you know, by the first half of the year, I must have $500 in savings. By the end of the year, I must have $1,000. The issue is whatever means you choose to do that, stick with it.
Right. What works for you?
Yeah.
What works for you?
And it mustn't be onerous. It must be something that, boy, I could put that aside. There's no, like some people say when they go to gamble, they could afford to lose $20 and that is it. After that, they ain't play no more. If you could afford to save 20, put it.
Put it, yeah.
And don't touch it and just look at it. And that, if you develop that, as you say, the discipline, but at the end of the day, if you start that and you stick with it, it becomes easier.
Yeah.
For you to continue.
Yeah, it becomes part of you.
Yeah, and you just have to start.
Yeah.
Starting is the hardest part.
Take a spark to get the fire going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any parting?
No, I just say I want to wish everyone a safe season, and you know, because of this is a finance thing, I want to say to everybody, plan.
Yeah.
You can't lose nothing from planning. And if you have a spouse or you have a partner, a significant other, sit together and do it. It becomes easier when you could talk and do things together.
Shared objectives.
Shared, yeah, that's right. And share it with your friend or your significant other. And you might be surprised where you end up if you decide to do certain things and just stick with it.
Yeah. Mr. Diali, informative as always. We need to do this a little more often. We really need to. I really want us to use the media, social media and so forth. So, all the negative that usually comes on social media. I think we could replace it with some positives, something that people could really benefit from. I would love to see that.
And because you're in Calypso, I want to tell you that I am so impressed with the quality of music I'm seeing with you guys. And I'm saying you guys because you're part of the... And I think not only the music, but even the lyrics, I think has improved.
Right.
And, you could actually... Well, I'm a Calypso person, I'm not a soca person, so I could listen to Calypso easy.
Okay.
And some of the messages, I think there was a young man that was talking about, I think I heard you play him one morning, what was the Calypso about women and how to respect our women.
Right, yes.
It was coming from the gender-based issue, and I thought it was so well put together.
We try.
Yeah. No, you're trying, but you're succeeding as well.
Yeah, we try.
And you're getting good support from locals. I must say, I love Calypso and Pan, and I know I love him Groovy more.
Okay.
I think we need to have Groovy as a separate thing now.
Mr. Ali, thanks once again. And folks, that's it for Arise Money Wise program. We take a quick break. When I come back, I've got Miss Rhea Murray from the Grenada Development Bank. We'll be talking. Stick and stay with us. Don't you go anywhere.
Today's edition of MoneyWise was made possible by Ariza Credit Union.
This summer, your plans don't have to wait. Take that dream vacation. Experience Carnival like never before. Invest in your education. Renovate your home. Or finally tackle those big plans you've been putting off. With the Ariza Credit Union Awesome August Loan, you can borrow up to $75,000 for any purpose. Dream bigger, travel farther, learn more, improve your home. Whatever your goal, we're ready to help you get there. Visit any Ariza Credit Union branch. Apply today and turn your plans into reality with fast, convenient financing and the trusted service you have come to expect. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future. Loans are subject to approval. Terms and conditions apply. See us for complete details.
We search for brilliance, looking far, asking wide, not realizing it's been right here all along. Makers, storytellers, dreamers shaping color, rhythm, and vision into something only Grenadians can create. But for too long, we've been working in the dark, hidden, overlooked, out of reach. Until now, Goka's Creative Directory brings everyone, creatives, businesses, and the community into one connected space. Find the artist who understands your vision, the jeweler whose craft speaks for itself, the storyteller and musician whose work reflects who we are. Visit us at creativeaffairs.gov.gd. Your next collaboration is only one search away.
In Grenada, sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency. Unlock the possibilities.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness.
Greetings, one and all. Welcome to GBN's Good Morning Grenada. The best way to start your day with your host Gordon Innocent Joseph. News and information. Bring your opinion too. Civil and respectful. That's how we roll with you. Good morning, Grenada.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. The conversation continues. It's 7 minutes on to 8 o'clock. And let me just prompt you, we will have to bypass the BBC this morning again, because after Miss Rhea Murray, I also have Miss Carlin Purcell from IMA this morning. And we do apologize for that, but you know. Rhea, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well today.
You feel at home, right?
Always.
GBN is your home.
It is. Yeah.
But this morning, Rhea is here in her capacity as communications officer at the Grenada Development Bank, and GDB is celebrating a milestone. They're almost my age, 61 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
When did you get there?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Oh, you're getting there, but it doesn't look like that at all.
Nah, I've got a few decades to go still.
Okay.
But nonetheless, GDB has been here supporting the local economy, expanding small, medium-sized businesses. The impact of GDB can be felt in almost all sectors of the economy. 61 years. Tell us about this.
Right. So the Grenada Development Bank, it actually started off as the Grenada Agricultural Bank, and over the years it has morphed, it has changed, and you know, our mandate is really to support economic development, support job creation, and you know, support the businesses out there, small, medium enterprises. And we have moved to offer so much. So changing from 1965 from the Grenada Agricultural Bank to the Grenada Development Bank, you know, it still boggles my mind that some persons don't know how much we do after 61 years of service to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So some persons may know of the business loans that we have, small business and loans for bigger businesses, but we also have 3 education loan packages. We have affordable housing, we have renewable energy efficiency, contractors credit, commercial transportation. So if you need transportation for your business, you can come to the GDB for that financing. So, at this point, we do a lot. So we always try to remind persons that what we offer is very, very diverse, and for their development needs, we are their partner.
Okay, and to celebrate this milestone, I am a beneficiary of GDB. My first student loan to study IT was Mr. Williams.
Donald Williams.
Yes. Yeah, he was the loans officer. That's way back, 1996 thereabout. You understand? So I know I have felt the impact of GDB. Now, to celebrate this milestone, what are some of the activities that you have planned?
All right. So our anniversary was actually the entire month of July. The actual day is the 19th of July. So we've had a church service. We worshipped at the Blessed Sacrament Church in Grenada. Then we also had a cleanup at Telescope Beach that took place on the 18th of July, Saturday, 18th July. Just before that, on the 17th, we had our in-house Customer Appreciation Day, in which we gave back to our customers coming in that day with refreshments and wonderful prizes, and there was steel pan music, so the atmosphere was really, really nice. And we also went to the St. Martin de Porres Home for the Aged, and we delivered a hamper there, and the residents and the staff and so were very grateful for that donation. And to top it all off, to culminate, we are having an expo. So this expo is really to highlight the work that the GDB has been doing by showcasing the businesses that we have been funding over the past few years. And it's two-pronged. So we are showcasing what we've been doing over the years, working with businesses, and also we are giving our customers the opportunity to showcase themselves, to market themselves through the expo. So we will have tents set up, we'll have booths set up, and we're encouraging everyone to come to the Esplanade Mall courtyard tomorrow, Thursday. We begin at 9, but I think we'll really get going around 10, and we'll be going up to 5. So come support local. Come and see the businesses that have been doing a wonderful job in terms of their products, their services. We have some customers that have world-class products and services, and I'm encouraging the public, they need to know them. So come to the Esplanade Mall courtyard tomorrow, that's Thursday, 30th July, to the GDB 61 Expo. Get to know the entrepreneurs, visit the booths, purchase something, support local businesses, because these are the businesses that are driving Grenada's economic development, creating jobs, and what they are doing is something really special. So I encourage everyone to come out and support.
Over the years, GDB has, it can really boast that they've been part of this transformative agenda even before this current administration talking transformation, because you can look back, GDB can look back at some of the businesses now that are big businesses when they were small, and they've been supportive from there, carry them through mid-size, and now they're big businesses. And I think I don't think as you progress in your role, you'll do that. But I think GDB needs to be blowing more trumpets than it is blowing. A lot of people do not know the full capacity, the range of services that are being provided by GDB. For example, you mentioned the energy
renewable energy efficiency.
People think that there are still people who think that when you talk GDP, you're talking about agricultural loans. And so forth. There are still some people that are in that mindset, but GDP has touched almost every sphere of business and development.
Yes, almost every sphere. As I mentioned before, so we have the business loans, we have renewable energy efficiency, affordable housing, contractors credit, quick access loans in terms of if you are doing a project and you expect some money to come in, but you need some liquidity, you can look at quick access loans for that. We even have a business mortgage. We have a product called equity release. So if you have a mortgage with us, but you have value, you have equity within your property, that is above what you owe in terms of debt, and so you can unlock that value to, let's say, pursue further studies or to purchase a vehicle. So, we try to make things very flexible. And speaking of that, I just wanted to mention our work study loan. It is one of the 3 education loan packages that we have, and what we've tried to do is to meet everyone where they are. So we know that not all persons will have assets that they can use to secure a loan, right? So there's loans for the persons who have the assets, loans for the persons who unfortunately do not have the assets but have the drive and the passion to go on to tertiary education. And then with the work study loan, what it allows you to do, if you're working presently and you want to study, that is the product for you. So once you've been working in your current position for 3 years or more, you can apply.
Wow. Okay.
Right? And not just for you, but you can also apply for your spouse, on behalf of your spouse, on behalf of your children and other relatives. So you can apply for funding for them once you have been employed for 3 years or more in your current role. So in this program, up to $25,000, you can apply for that unsecured. Between $25,000 and $50,000, you will need 2 guarantors. Of course, they would be looked at in terms of their suitability. And over $50,000, you would have to either partially or fully secure that loan.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So it's an option. For, let's say, you want to do studies at UWI, you want to do St. George's University in your particular program. So it is another product that tries to be flexible to meet people where they are. And the good thing about it is that you can apply for a loan for your children or your spouse or another relative. So
as the Jamaicans would say, big things are going on, GDB.
Yes.
Big things are going on.
Yes, big things are going.
Yeah. Well, I just want to commend, the management, the staff, the board of directors, everybody for carrying the institution through 61 years. At no point in time it was easy, I know. I mean, there were some points when, the world economy wasn't buoyant enough to keep many businesses afloat, but with the aid of GDB, a lot of businesses remained in existence and are thriving. So GDB needs all the feathers that it can have in the cap. And again, you look at GDB and there's some real long-standing members. I would always remember Mr. Williams.
Yes, big up to Mr. Williams.
When I look at him now, I say, but look at the little piece of fella that was there in 1996 when we were negotiating the students' loan. But nonetheless, to the management and staff, congratulations. And as we wrap, I'd just like you to reiterate the expo tomorrow.
All right. So the GDB 61 Expo Expo. It's happening tomorrow at the Esplanade Mall Courtyard. That's right opposite our main office. Just come out to support local entrepreneurs that we have been funding and assisting in their growth over the years. And it's an opportunity for them to market themselves. But we want everyone to come out, meet the local entrepreneurs, look at their products, have samples, purchase something to support the businesses, and it will be a show of the GDB's strength in terms of what we have been able to achieve and the support that we are giving to businesses in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. It's been 61 years, and we intend to continue to support economic growth within Grenada. So again, the GDB 61 Expo, come and meet the local entrepreneurs and make a purchase, support them. Yeah. So we start at 9 at the Esplanade Mall Courtyard tomorrow. So see you there.
Ria, all the best to GDB. Continue doing what you're doing, and the sky is the limit.
Yeah, and I encourage you to pass by. You know, you could probably
I'll bring some pigs.
I was thinking more of you doing your rendition for.
No, my manager wouldn't like that.
Ah, you're keeping things in the bag?
Mr. Williams is the manager, you know.
Oh, okay.
All right, folks, don't forget tomorrow at the Esplanade Mall from just around 9 o'clock. Ria says in earnest it will start about 10. Yes. Go on out and be a part of the GDB 61st Anniversary Expo. Come out and see what GDB has been able to do to work with locals and accomplish great things. See you tomorrow, Ria.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Hasta la vista. Folks, that's it for this segment. We take a quick break. When we come back, I've got Miss Colin Purcell from IMA. We'll be talking IMA stuff. Don't you go anywhere. Stick and stay with us.
It's your host, Gordon Innocent Joseph. News and information. Bring your opinion too. Civil and respectful. That's how we roll with you. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Grenada. Start your day right. Start your day right. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Grenada.
GBN presents Spice Up the Esplanade Mall Courtyard Soca Mona. Free, exciting Wednesdays of electrifying soca action. It kicks off with the quarterfinal Wednesday, July the 22nd from 3 to 7:30 p.m. The semifinals Wednesday, July the 29th from 3 to 7:30 p.m. The grand finals on Wednesday, August the 5th from 4 to 8 p.m. where champions are born and legends rise. Powered by Flow, Huggins, Amsa Coatings, Glenelg Natural Spring Water, Grenada Distillers, Tropical Catering Services, Ride Go, Sandals Grenada, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, National Lotteries Authority, Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, and SP's International Trading. With support from Spice Mass Corporation, Grenada Film Company, and Jambalassi Grenada. 3 Wednesdays, 1 stage, 1 vibes. Don't miss GBN Spice Up the Esplanade Mall Courtyard Soca Mona.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Captain. Michael Taken. Problem Child. Something up in the air. Town Creep. Certain things I end up. Money. Little Carrie. Terror the Governor. What's Way. Red Lion. Lava Man.
I'm going with my no good friends.
Champion.
Somebody too little in the Mars, but
Boise.
I'm packing me bag on this road.
Dash. Sakina and the Bat. General PVC. And a special surprise guest. Gates open at 10 p.m. This is Pre-Day, the biggest show in Grenada's Carnival.
Greetings, one and all. Welcome to GBN's Good Morning Grenada. The best way to start your day with your host, Gordon Innocent Joseph. News and information. Bring your opinion too. Civil and respectful. That's how we roll with you. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Grenada. Start your day right. Start your day.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. It's 12 minutes after 8 o'clock. I've got a dancing Colin Purcell this morning. Colin, you're not behaving.
It's the season, it's the season, it's the season, you know.
Okay. Colin is misbehaving this morning. Miss Colin Purcell, Deputy CEO at the IMA. How's IMA doing?
We're good. We're good. We're solid.
I at one point I thought you all were not interested in interacting with me again because I'm not seeing you, I'm not seeing Miss Burke, you all just not coming on my program. But nonetheless, that's a different conversation.
It's a different conversation.
This morning we want to touch the lighter things of IMA, their involvement in the season, how they've been interacting with the youth, the young people and so forth, enhancing their development and everything like that. So let's go to it.
Right. So well, it's a pleasure to be back after, a little hiatus.
Yes.
Ish.
Yes.
But we're back. And we've always been there. Just a lot have been happening. This time of year we take the opportunity to kind of deal with a lot of our administrative stuff. If you realize we actually had a window. It's been closed we take about a 3-month break for where we're not even trying to treat with sponsorships. Anything that came in after a certain period, we tried not to. We've stopped treating with sponsorships just to give us an opportunity to regroup, rethink, to do a lot of the administrative stuff. Look at our strategy, our budgeting cycle for next time around. So a lot of that type of hard work has been happening at the IMA over the last month or so. So
now you're excused.
So yes. Thank you very much. I
understand. Okay. You got to do what you got to do.
Yes.
Right. But I'm also, I remembered, if it's not last year, the year before, IMA sponsored Rainbow City All Stars.
We have been sponsoring. We've adopted them. They're ours now.
Right. I endorse that. But now I'm getting to understand that you all are so much into the culture in other areas, especially the juniors.
Yes.
Calypso and soca.
Yes. Well, as you know, our sponsorship mandate is really around youth development. Okay. That's hands down. That's what it is about. And we've been looking at all the different areas in which we can actually help and contribute to youth development, not just in academia or in sports. You see us a lot in sports because there are a lot of youths involved in sports, right? But we have been sponsoring other areas like the Junior Soca Monarch that's coming up on Friday. Wow. We have been a sponsor last year. They approached us and we went on board with that. And really, the elements of it we've been putting our efforts towards is that of the mentorship. So outside of those kids going on stage on the night, the organizers have a full mentorship program that runs from June. Wow. Everything from bringing in psychologists, having conversations with them in terms of how they think, how they act, how they react to different circumstances, that growing, understanding themselves better. The brand consultants speaking to them about how they carry themselves and living their brand every day, and what they put on social media and that sort of thing. They bring in artists. Some of the big name artists, some of them that have gone beyond even Grenada's shores, to speak to them, have one-on-one, real heart-to-heart to them. I mean, I've sat in sessions where I've seen both the artists and the kids get emotional. I've seen artists, get goosebumps talking about their own experience, their own journeys, teaching them the ins and outs, things that you wouldn't hear publicly. So they really do a good job with mentoring them in terms of their mindset and that, as well as some of the other stuff that they do in terms of bringing them in studio. So they help them write the songs, they bring them in studio, get the song mastered. Now they're actually doing music videos for them. So they have really been doing a lot, and we saw an opportunity to partner with them, to encourage the young people to get involved, to stay involved, and we've been seeing the fruits of their labor. I mean, they've been around. I think this is maybe year 9 of it. Yeah. And you've seen the young ones like Shaquan, who's been there. I remember him from the first year, and you've seen his growth over the years. I mean, to the point where he's now been performing in the big shows, in the national soca monarch. He's made it on well, I think this might be his second time in there now, right? So I'm just saying, you're seeing the growth as a result of it, and we like to know that we can support that sort of thing,
Yeah, I'm happy that you mentioned that, because there are still folks who think that this calypso and soca thing is not a good thing, and it's just gay abandon and so forth. But the explosion that you see on the stage is a culmination of a lot of other facets of the child's development.
Yes, exactly. And those skills that are being taught to them, like I said, in particular in this mentorship program, I mean, those are skills they can take with them anywhere. Yeah. Building a brand is not necessarily a soca brand. It's your brand. It can go across different areas of your life. How you carry, how you think, how you act. All of those skills that they're being taught is being brought, can be applied to different elements of their life. So I think it's learning for life. And when we see, hats off to you guys. I don't know how you do it on that stage, but hats off to you, because I know it takes a lot to get up there and to be confident on the stage and to engage your audience. I mean, I remember Vaughn, it's not my story to tell, but I remember Vaughn saying, the first year he was on stage, he was 17. Yes. Remember when he made it to the finals?
What was it?
Turbocharge, right? And he said he was on stage and he was so excited just to be there that maybe in the last minute he realized the audience, people were jumping for him. So at that point he started to say, move left and move right, So I'm just saying it's a great experience, and like I said, this is our opportunity to infuse and to support the IMA values into what's happening at this time of year.
And it's important that is brought to the fore, in that there are folks who think that IMA is just about the selling of passports and so forth, but on the other side, you all are more involved in more physical stuff, infrastructural development. Mm-hmm. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. But you all are getting into the fine arts as well, and it's all part of nation building, because with the infrastructure and no human resource to man them, so there must be that synergy.
Exactly, and it's a holistic product. I mean, Carnival, Calypso, soca, it's a part of the product. The tourism product is part of what we export. I mean, even now you have persons earning revenue from their music being on YouTube and that sort of thing. So I'm saying, when a country is developing, it should be a holistic development, and that is what the revenues that we earn through our program. We have an opportunity, these small opportunities, to reinvest it in these other ways outside of infrastructure. We're able to really help and build, like I said, and the youth, not by chance, was chosen simply because we know if you're going to look at future, and you need to build them up from now. So we get involved. I mean, in addition to the Junior Soca Monarch, we've also I believe the main sponsor for the Junior Calypso as well,
right,
as part of Spice Mass. Again, just trying to grow and develop and encourage, because people will excel in different areas. Not everybody can be a sportsman. Not everybody can be into academics. I mean, I know young Niles, both he runs and he sings, so he's one in a million, but I'm just saying, we have to encourage youth development across the board, because let me tell you, persons can use these different platforms as ways of building themselves and their career and change the life of the entire family, a whole generation.
And gone are the days when academia was it. You need some academics, but the people who excel in the world now are people with the finer arts, the singer, the Rihannas, and them. But you need, notwithstanding the fact that you need that sound educational base, but lawyers and teachers and doctors and so forth. These are not the people that are making the monies now.
Well, they are. And they're advising the people that are making the money, so they're helping them to make the money, so they're still very needed, right? So it all depends on where you sit. Everybody can't be Jesus. He had disciples too, and they help spread the word, right?
You must incorporate that. You must.
So just saying that to say that, I think, we all contribute to that development, that holistic development. Everybody serve their purpose, and once persons are able to find their purpose in life, I think, and if we're able to help from a young age, to help persons to, expose them and to encourage and to develop them and help them hone skills that they've been blessed with, why not?
That's noble. Mm-hmm. That's noble. Well, that's good to hear. I'm happy. What else? The season.
Well, of course, just want to use this opportunity to say big congratulations to our IMA Rainbow City All Stars Juniors
for coming third
this year. I think this is the first time we're in the top 3 for juniors. But they
won the
bomb tune. Yeah, I know. We're don't worry.
Yeah.
You see what a little support and encouragement could do.
Yep.
You see what that support has done. The band has always been awesome.
Yeah.
They've had good arrangers. Yeah. They've had good, strong support. The players have always been motivated. They just did not have the financial resource. They got a few new pans, and they're getting the support. Just knowing you have somebody with you, behind you, pushing you, driving you. Yeah. And we've seen in the last, so this is year 3 of our sponsorship, and you've seen them grow over those 3 years.
It's obvious. I think you should relocate your head office to St. Andrew.
The drive up is nice. I enjoy it, so that's okay. We don't need to relocate. It's a nice drive. Once in a while you drive up and you go to the pan house and you support. So it's awesome.
We're really grateful for that.
Yes,
we're really grateful. And I'm saying we.
Yes,
we're grateful for that.
Actually, the pan house lime is on Friday. Yes, they've been going to the different. So Rainbow City is this Friday.
Okay. By the Methodist school there.
Yes.
I will be there.
Yes, I'll be there as well.
Okay.
Well, I'm in St. Andrew all weekend. Well, not all weekend, on Friday, because Junior Soca Monarch is on Friday as well, given the holiday on Saturday. Yes, that is why Kiddies isn't this weekend, and it was last weekend. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to take the opportunity to publicly commend IMA for the work that you all, the work and the support. Forget the naysayers. What is happening is happening. What you all are doing, it's being felt. The impact on the young people is phenomenal.
Thank you.
I don't think it could have been done without the support from IMA. They might have done some things, but money answereth all things. Without the support, you just said it. Look at the marked improvement in Rainbow City All Stars, IMA Rainbow City All Stars.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah. Yes. So.
Yes. So we're going in. So with 1 down, we're in the top 3 for the juniors, and we're heading. Last year we were second. We were second at Senior Panorama. So we're of course. Wow. That is the improvement I'm talking about, you know.
Right.
So we're heading for them.
What are the predictions for this year?
I don't want to. I don't want to be biased on air, you know. So
remember, listen, you have to be careful because I mean your band is in Grenville, but you live in town. Eh?
That's okay. That's okay. My heart, you know, my heart is where the people's at, you know. And to be honest, my wherever I see people growing and developing, and you know we're a part of it, we support it wholeheartedly. So my heart is there. My heart is with them.
I always tell people the competition is one night. Grenada moves forward. That's it. The ultimate goal.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Go. Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Well, all the best to you as well. I mean, that dragon boy, that dragon. I came in here and I said, well, I'm in the Dragon's Den this morning.
Yeah,
so you know, so all the best. You know,
thank you.
I've been looking at, you know, I looked at the prelims. I looked at the semis last weekend, and so all the best, you know. May the best man or woman win, you know. But all the best to you.
Thanks. I mean, I appreciate that. I would even appreciate more you standing right in front of the stage and rooting for the boy, you know.
Yeah, that could be possible, you know. I think I'm gonna work that through.
I just think that might just be the icing on the cake.
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
IMA was in the building. I've been speaking with Miss Colleen Purcell. Is Colleen or Colleen? Colleen Purcell. All right. She is the Deputy CEO at the IMA. And, of course, we want to thank her. Thank IMA for continued support for youth development, nation building, and all facets that they've touched. You know, continue doing what you're doing. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having me. And we'll continue the good work. You know, it's all about building Grenada.
Thanks. Folks, that's it for the conversation. We'll be back with some great music after these messages. It's 27 minutes after 8 o'clock.
Hey, with your host, Gordon.